Dr. Wray.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Ranking Member Feinstein, members of the committee. I appreciate this opportunity to discuss the FBI's response to the report by the Justice Department's Office of Inspector General about the DOJ and FBI's activities in the run-up to the 2016 election. I take this report very seriously, and we accept its findings and its recommendations. We're already addressing these recommendations in a number of ways and are determined to emerge from this experience better and wiser. Our mission at the FBI is to protect the American people and uphold the Constitution. And to carry out that mission, we're entrusted with significant authority, so our actions are subject to close oversight by the Congress, by the courts, and by independent entities like the Inspector General. That oversight, in my view, makes the FBI stronger as an organization and makes the public more safe. And so I appreciate the Inspector General's work in conducting this important review. Although the report did not find any evidence of political bias or improper considerations ultimately impacting the investigation under review, the report did identify errors of judgment, violations of or disregard for policy, and decisions that, at least in the benefit of hindsight, were certainly not the best choices. So I'd like to briefly summarize what we're doing to respond to those findings and recommendations. First, we are going to hold accountable any employee for potential misconduct. We have already referred conduct highlighted in the report to our Office of Professional Responsibility, OPR, which is the FBI's independent disciplinary office. We're going to adhere to the disciplinary process that office has fairly, but without delay. And once all the steps in that process are complete, we will not hesitate to hold people accountable. Second, we're going to make sure that every FBI employee understands the lessons of this report through in-depth, focused training, starting first at the top with all of our senior executives from around the world, and then every FBI employee, to make sure that we do not repeat the mistakes identified in this report. Third, we're going to make sure that we have the policies, the procedures, and the training needed for everyone to understand and remember what is expected of all of us. That includes things like drilling home the importance of objectivity and avoiding even the appearance of potential bias or conflicts of interest in our work, ensuring that recusals are handled appropriately and correctly and are clearly communicated to the right people, making all employees fully aware of our new policy on contacts with the news media, which I issued last November, and making clear that we will not tolerate noncompliance with that policy. Ensuring that we follow all DOJ policies about public statements on ongoing investigations and uncharged conduct, and ensuring that our employees adhere strictly to the policies and procedures we have on the use of FBI systems, networks, and devices. I've also directed our Associate Deputy Director, who's the number 3 official in the organization, to lead a very focused review of how the FBI handles particularly sensitive investigations, how they're structured, staffed, supervised, so that every sensitive investigation can be conducted to the FBI's highest standards. The OIG's report makes clear that we have significant work to do. And as I said, we're going to learn from the report and be better as a result. At the same time, I want to emphasize that this report is focused on a specific set of events back in 2016 and a small number of FBI employees connected with those events. Mistakes made by those employees do not define our 37,000 men and women and the great work they do every day. Nothing in this report impugns the integrity of our workforce as a whole or the FBI as an institution. I want to be very clear with this committee about the FBI that I've been able to see up close every day in the 10 months since my confirmation hearing before you all. I've been meeting with employees from over 30 of our field offices, from LEGAT offices overseas, from every headquarters division, and over and over and over again, I hear incredible stories, remarkable, inspiring stories about the work our men and women are doing to protect the American people and uphold the Constitution. This year alone, we've rescued over 1,300 children from child predators. We've arrested more than 4,600 violent gang members in just the past several months. In the past several months, we've disrupted terrorist attacks, ranging from the pier in San Francisco to a crowded shopping mall in Miami. I could go on, but the point is that the FBI's men and women, as a whole, are doing all this work with the unfailing fidelity to our Constitution and laws that it demands, the bravery that it deserves, and the integrity that the American people rightly expect. As I've been trying to say since my confirmation hearing at every opportunity, I am committed to doing this job by the book, and I expect all our employees to do the same in every respect. I am a huge believer in the importance of process, and I believe strongly that the FBI's brand over 110 years is based more on the way we've accomplished our successes than our successes themselves. That means following our rules, following our laws, following our guidelines. We've got to stay faithful to our core values and best traditions, and there will inevitably be times when we feel extraordinary pressure to not follow our process and policies, but those are precisely the times when it's most important to adhere to them. We're trying to make sure that we're not just doing the right thing, but that we're doing it in the right way and pursuing the facts independently and objectively, no matter who likes it. That, in my view, is the best way. That, in my view, is the only way to maintain the trust and credibility of the American people we serve. So, Mr. Chairman, Ranking Member Feinstein, members of the committee, thank you again for the opportunity to address the report. I look forward to answering the committee's questions.